In this last short video, we're going to be discussing some of the features of bonds and long-term notes. Long-term notes payable include installment notes and mortgage notes. An installment note is one that requires a series of payments to be made over time rather than a lump sum at maturity. A mortgage note is a kind of note payable that is secured by the asset identified in the mortgage, typically a piece of real estate. All bonds and notes are either going to be secured or unsecured. If the bond is secured, it means that specific assets have been pledged which will be sold to satisfy the debt if the borrower defaults on the loan. So, for example, a bond could be secured by the headquarters building, and if the company issuing the bonds defaults on the bonds, the building gets sold and those proceeds go to repay the debt holders. Unsecured bonds are also called debenture bonds. They're a riskier investment because they are issued on the general credit of the borrower. All bonds are also going to be either term or serial bonds. Term bonds mature on a specific date, while serial bonds mature in installments. Bonds can be convertible. Convertible bonds are converted to shares of common stock at the option of the investor. So in other words, instead of being paid back in cash, the investor could opt to take shares of stock. We mentioned callable bonds in the last video, and callable bonds are bonds that can be called prior to maturity at the option of the issuer at a specified price. And finally, bonds that have a sinking fund are considered to be less risky because this feature requires the borrower to set aside funds to repay the bonds.